So what we will be doing today, we will be learning about something which is very, very important, right? So this is called as support and resistance levels, right? Support and resistance levels, or even the breakout or breakdown, right? Any stock which you are investing, right? Any stock which you are investing, ensure you follow your support and resistance levels. So now, what do you mean by support and what do you mean by resistance? Okay, support levels means your base formation. So for example, wherever you are sitting or standing, your floor is called as the support, okay, and your ceiling is called as the resistance, right? Your ceiling is called as the resistance. Now let me explain it to you pictorially, right? So if you see this screen, right, so whenever you observe a stock which is in an uptrend, right, which is in an uptrend, so this is how the stock is moving, and whenever it reaches a level and it again falls back, right, this is called as your resistance levels, right, resistance level. And when it again goes down and it forms a base, and this is called as your support levels, right, support levels. So during this formation of the chart, you define your S1, support 1, support 2, similarly resistance 1, resistance 2, right, resistance 2. And why do you need to define these levels? Support is a level where buying interest is sufficiently strong to overcome the selling pressure, right, overcome the selling pressure. So why should we know this? Whenever a stock, right, listen to this very carefully, right, whenever a company, what is the definition? Support is a level where buying is sufficiently strong to overcome selling pressure. Means at this level, if the buying is stronger than the selling pressure, means buyers are very high. So at this level, if the stock is again retracing back rather than falling down, at this support level, you can add more, right? You can add more because there are buyers who are withstanding it and the stock is again bouncing back, right? Bouncing back. And if you see resistance, resistance is a level where selling pressure overcomes the buying pressure, right? Yeah. Here if you see, the selling pressure means the sellers are more and it is falling down. When you compare buyers and sellers, as sellers are dominating the buyers, the stock is falling down. But yes, if the stock is able to cross its resistance, then it is successful. I again repeat, let us say we will be using the same example, right? We'll be using the same example. Here if you see, the stock has moved and again it has retraced back. Now this is how the stock went up to this third level, right? Third point. And again it has fallen down. Now whenever the stock is again able to cross this 3, means at this juncture, right? At this juncture, this stock was able to cross its resistance, right? Means when it is able to beat down the sellers, means it is a successful breakout, right? It is a successful breakout, means the stock was able to overcome its resistance level. And this zone is called as the blue sky. Why it is called as the blue sky? Here there is no resistance. And maximum if the stock can fall, if it is falling like this, and this zone again forms this support. So earlier for this stock, this is the resistance level. It was able to cross the resistance, and when it is retracing back, the same level is becoming the support level. Yeah, is becoming the support level. So yes, this is not difficult. It is easy to follow, but just understand, right? Use more case studies to get it more in a clear and a neat form, right? And what do you need to remember? Support is my flooring. Wherever you are sitting or standing, that flooring is called as the support level, right? And resistance is the ceiling, right? Resistance is the ceiling. Normally, how do people interpret is your support will be taken as the stop loss and resistance levels will be taken as the target prices. right? Now, when we look on the downtrend, right, when the stock is falling, right, when the stock is falling, if you see here, yeah, this is forming the support here. Yeah, this is the support levels. And yes, as the stock again goes back, this is the resistance zone. And if the stock is not able to cross its resistance, again falling down, this level wherein the stock again retraces back is called as the support, right? Sir, how do we draw this support and resistance, right? Please understand, there is no mathematical information on it, or there is no formula for it, right? No formula for it. So the stock is going down, it is forming us, it is developing a support there. And yes, it is retracing back, right? It is retracing back. This level is called as the support. Again, the stock is advancing, but again going down, resistance, right? Yeah. Again going down, but yes, it formed a support S3 and it is retracing back. This is its support level. So please remember this, and this will help you a lot, right? This will help you a lot. And yes, sir, I'm unable to develop the support and resistance level accurately, not required, right? There is a small deviation also, it is fine, but this will help you to know whether the further advancement of the stock will continue or not, right? So what we will do, the same learning, let us observe on the charts, right? Let us observe on the charts. Okay. Let me take Nifty 50 first. Yes. Okay. So I've taken Nifty 50 first, right? So if you see at the present levels, right? At the present levels, Nifty is bullish, right? In the last couple of sessions, Nifty is advancing, right? Nifty is advancing. To draw the support and resistance levels, this lines, horizontal line, right? The horizontal line, what you draw is your support and resistance, right? Whatever lines you are seeing, green, red, blue, at various points in May, right? Again in June, right? In June 26th, July, we have drawn our support and resistance. So how do you draw this? You go to the tool segment on the left hand side, and you have in the second option, you have a horizontal line, right? Horizontal line, you select that. And yes, based on that, you'll be drawing. Now what I will do at the present levels, right? At the present levels of Nifty, if I am drawing a line, right? So in order to differentiate, as you have kept this blue line here, I'll be changing the color just to differentiate, right? Yeah. So this green will be what? Resistance zone. We have just observed in the chart, whenever the stock is in an uptrend, right? This will be its resistance zone. And yes, this will be the support levels, right? Support levels. Now, what do you infer by it? What do you infer? As I see the market, right? Yeah. As I see the market right now, Nifty 50 advancing above 19,518 means if Nifty is crossing 19,518 levels, it will be even more bullish. It will be entering the blue sky zone. What did I tell you? When it is crossing this resistance, this zone is called as the blue sky. Yeah, this is called as the blue sky because there is no further resistance or support there. It will further advance. And yes, at this level, let me again draw the support levels, right? If you see, this is a very, very good support zone. Means I'm just connecting the dots, right? On 3rd July, 4th July, 5th July, 7th, 10th July, all the candles, the wick is touching this line. So this red line forms its support, right? Yeah. When Nifty falls below this level of 19,337 or even this level, if you see here, 19,205, right? Yeah. 19,205, it becomes more weak, right? Yeah. When the stock is falling below this blue line, this can be its next support, right? S1, S2, right? S1, S2. If you see Nifty is falling below it, it becomes more weak. But yes, let's suppose, right? Yeah, we can't predict the future, right? In market, you can't predict the future, but you can have some realistic data pointers, right? Now let's say Nifty is falling, just for assumption, right? And yes, at this level, when it has touched 19,205 and again it is raising back. So yes, Nifty was able to sustain the support level and the buyers are there wherein the stock is advancing up. So this is a good indication. You get an inference that yes, buyers are dominating the sellers. So buyers are taking away the price again back. On the contrary, right? Let me select like this, right? Yeah, the stock is falling down. Sorry, the index is falling down. And yes, index is further falling down below this support level. Now, what do you understand? The market is becoming little weak. So during this journey, you will not be very, very aggressive. You will play slowly because it was not able to sustain the support level, right? So yes, do not worry, sir, how exactly to draw it? I'm not knowing how to draw it. For example, this 19,337 levels. Sir, why 19,337? I think I'll bring it down to further low wherein this wick is also touching. I'll keep it as 19,312. It's fine, right? It's just a adjustment what you do, that is fine. Even, sir, why am I taking 19,518? I think I should bring it down little lower so that it is touching both of these candles here. 19,496. Completely fine, right? Completely fine. Okay. Now, let me look at few stocks, right? Let me look at few stocks. Mazagon Dock Shipbuilding Limited, right? Mazagon Dock Shipbuilding Limited. Whoever have been in the community, right? Whoever have been in the community, and if you're just following our discussions, defense is one sector wherein we have been discussing from last 1 year and above, right? 1 year and above we have been discussing. And yes, if you see here, from multiple periods of time, we have been forming the support and resistance, right? If you see here, please understand, I want every one of you to inculcate that kind of a learning. Sir, I'll be buying higher and even selling more higher. Yeah, I repeat. Sir, I buy high, I sell even higher. So what do I mean by that, right? What do I mean by that? If you see this chart, right? If you see this chart, Mazagon Dock, there are many people who are worried. Sir, Mazagon from June, July, in November 22, it has advanced in a very high way, sir. And is it okay to invest now? Because it's like an all-time high. Please understand, what did we discuss? For the Mazagon Dock at this point, this is the resistance. Whatever you have learned now, right? This is the resistance. It was able to cross the resistance. And again, as the stock has moved, right? As the stock has moved up, as you see here, it was consolidating. And yes, now this red line forms the support level, right? Forms the support level. It came little low at this level and again it has retraced up. And what is happening? This resistance zone it was able to cross, and whenever the stock is able to cross its resistance level, and here whoever have been following on the support and resistance, one more gem you can add into your knowledge is, whenever a stock is able to cross its resistance with a very good volume, that is a good entry point for you. I repeat, whenever a stock is able to cross its resistance or its ceiling with a very good volume, right? If you see here at this juncture, right? At this juncture, even let me just tell you, when Mazagon, right? When Mazagon Dock, when it has reached this level of 805, it was trying to cross this 805 level from almost very longer period, right? And yes, in June, it was able to cross 805. Beyond that, what did we learn? When a stock is crossing its resistance, means buyers are dominating than the sellers. And how do you pictorially see it, right? How do you pictorially see it? Here, the stock is advancing and there are a lot of buyers here. Sir, why are you saying it is buyers? Why can't I take it as sellers? When it is green candle means buyers. Red candle means seller. This is not candle, this is the volume, right? Green reflects buyers, red reflects sellers here, right? So yes, I repeat, whenever a stock is crossing its resistance, and yes, when there is a huge volume also coming, that's a good indication, right? That's a good indication. And yes, Mesogon was able to cross this level again, 1059. It is again crossing this resistance. Please understand, right? Even let me just show you from this level onwards, right? Yeah, if you see here, please see the graph here, right? Yeah, the stock was able to, it is trying to cross this level. And yes, when did it reach? It has advanced here. And again, in May, it is trying to cross this resistance. It was not able to cross. And here in June, it was able to cross with a very, very good volume, right? With a very good volume. Again, here, this is another resistance. On 6th June, it is trying to cross 1059, but it was not successful. It was successful on 16th June. So 16th June, it was able to cross its resistance with a very good volume. That is an indication for you to add more, right? And here again, June, on 21st of June, it was hovering here, resistance level. And now it is in the blue sky zone, right? It is in the blue sky zone. Yes, whoever are already holding Mesogon stock in their portfolio, nothing to worry about, right? It is a clear reflection. And yes, right now, sir, yes, now, how do I draw the support level for Mesogon stock, right? Yeah, it's in this zone is called as the blue sky zone, right? This zone is called as the blue sky zone, means there is no resistance for it. As long as the buyers are there, it will further keep advancing up, right? And now, sir, how do I plot support for Mesogon stock, right? If I take this horizontal line, if you see here, this can be one support line for it, right? So if the stock is falling further down from here, right? And if it falls below 1477, it looks a little weak. Apart from that, right? Apart from that, if the stock is further falling below 1243, because 1243, it has formed a very good base, right? It has formed a very good base here. Further falling below your 1243 or 1177, it looks more weak, right? It looks more weak. Okay. And there are few people who will ask, sir, any company which is in this kind of a blue sky, I know there are many people who would have missed this opportunity of entering into defense segment. Sir, can I enter now? Right? Can I enter now? See, what I will tell you, your ideal entry pointers would be when it is crossing the resistance zone here, or here, right? Or even here, right? These are the ideal entry pointers for you to enter. If you have missed those pointers, what I would say, this is a little overstretched, right? It is a little overstretched. Someone who are beginners investing for the first time, I would not ask you to be more aggressive. But sir, yes, I know the prospectiveness of defense is very, very high. I want to take a small exposure. I'll tell you like this. Observe this very clearly, right? Yeah. So this is right now the chart of Mesogon, right? Whenever a stock is in a clear bullish zone, any fresh entry you are taking, two things to remember. First, the stock should open up like this with a green candle supported by a good volume. First condition, right? If the stock is opening up than yesterday's closing, right? Yeah. If the stock is opening up higher than yesterday closing, supported with a good volume, means supported with good number of buyers, you can take an entry. Means still there are buyers who are taking the stock to the next level. First condition you need to take. Second condition, so yes, as the stock has advanced above the yesterday's closing price and volume is also confirming, you have taken an entry. Second point to remember, you have taken an entry into a position which is already little extended. So what do? You have to follow the support level. Support level will be the closing price of yesterday's close. I repeat, let me draw it. Sir, I have taken an entry on the next candle, right? On the next candle. So what do, right? What do? You draw the support line, which is 1618, which is the closing price on 12th July, yesterday's, right? So if the stock, because of any reason, right? Because of any reason, if it is falling below this level of 1618, because this is the support which you have defined yourself, and there is no rocket science there, right? There is no rocket science there. That support is just the closing price of yesterday's candle, right? Yesterday's candle. Because of any reason, if the stock is falling down below it, don't think twice, exit, right? Exit. Because we are not here to compound our losses. We are here to compound our profits, right? Just for the benefit of everyone, let me repeat, and do not worry guys, right? We'll be discussing multiple examples like this, and this is not one thing I'm explaining for Mesogon, right? This can be applicable for any company which is at a higher level, and if you want to take a fresh exposure, two conditions to follow. Condition number one, the stock should open above yesterday's closing price with a very, very good volume. I want buyers more. Means this is an indication with a naked eye you are seeing on the chart. Yes, buyers are more and the stock is advancing. There are people who are there to take the stock higher. First indication. Second, do not wait for the stock, right? If it is falling below the yesterday's closing price, yesterday's closing price would be your stop loss, right? Stop loss. There are people I see, sir, yes, I have invested when the stock advanced, it has fallen below the stop loss, below the yesterday closing price. Sir, for the last 1 month, the stock is higher. I think it will be coming back. So I'm waiting. Don't be in the hope story, right? Exit. It is again advancing. Apply the same mechanism and be in it, right? Be in it. Okay. And yes, the support and resistance levels is applicable for any companies. Let me take one more example, right? Let me take BSE Limited, right? Bombay Stock Exchange Limited. So yes, as you see here, now when the stock is advancing at this level, right? And this 626.30 is the resistance for the stock, because from July 22, right? Even in August, even in October 22, right? Connecting all these things, you are drawing your resistance levels here, 626. And yes, BSE, there are very good number of buyers who are able to make the stock advance higher than the resistance zone. And what did we observe? Buyers are more, means the stock has advanced and there are a lot of buyers, green bars. This is one good entry point. Right now also, the stock was able to cross its next resistance level, right? Buyers are more. And yes, as you see, price is advancing and your volumes are also advancing, right? Advancing. So yes, please understand, support resistance level tells you a lot of data, right? Tells you a lot of data. And similarly, KPIT Technologies, as you see, the stock has been in a very good zone, in a very good upward trend. But yes, on 29th May, right, the stock was able to cross its resistance, and during this period it is consolidating. Now, on 29th May, this red line is the resistance for it. And as on date, this 1010 is the support for the stock, right? Is the support for the stock. If the stock is falling below 1010, it looks more weak. So what do you observe here? Right now, if I want to define my stop losses, right? This is your first support level, right? Yeah. Here I have to observe whether the stock is falling below 1010, and the second stop loss for it is 934, right? You have defined your support levels, right? You have defined your support levels. And the third support level will be S3, right? S3. Sir, at this point, what is my levels for resistance, right? If you see here, this is one zone for you, which is R1, right? Yeah. This is your R1. If the stock is again retracing and if it is crossing your 1093 levels with a good volume, right? Yeah. The stock KPIT is crossing its resistance, and yes, I'm able to see more number of buyers coming here. This is a good entry point. It will be a good entry point for you. And sir, what is my next resistance? R2, right? Let's draw the next resistance, which is this level, right? Yeah. So this is your R2 resistance. If the stock is further crossing R2 with a very, very good volume, the buyers are more, this is again an entry point for you, right? Again an entry point for you. And yes, let me repeat, the support and resistance, it's not required for you to draw it accurately. Sir, you have drawn resistance at 1070. For me, my resistance is coming at 1060. Is it okay? It is completely fine, right? It's completely fine. You're defining your resistance and you're defining your support, right? You're defining your resistance and you're defining your support. Okay, good.